Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We've got a free baseball pick for you guys. Just a reminder, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell if you want notifications every time we post a new video. We've got Scott Rickenbach joining us to talk Cubs, Indians. The Indians home favorites in this one, minus 130. The over and under is around 8.5. Of course, this line has been moving since Mike Clevenger has been scratched from his start for the Indians, since he's been out on the town with Zach Plesac, apparently. So we get Adam Plutko instead of him in this one, John Lester on the mound for the Cubs. Scott, initial thoughts on this one?
Yes, the Cubs come into this game. Both teams were off yesterday, and the Cubs have won 6 of their last 7 games. They're coming off a loss, but one of the keys for them during the winning streak was actually their pitching. The 6-game winning streak, they only allowed 2 runs per game. They're averaging 4.4 runs per game their last 7 games. So that's a pretty decent number of runs for them, but we're still looking at a total here in the 8.5 range. And I'm looking at the low end on this total. I think that the Cubs bats might be a little quieter in this one too because of the layoff. Their weekend series was against the Cardinals, which means because of the COVID with going on with St. Louis right now, that series got scratched. And so they haven't played a game since Thursday because Monday was already a scheduled off day. They were off Friday through Sunday. So you go from Thursday to Tuesday, your hitters not seeing live game action. It does make a difference. It can throw the timing off a bit. And Plutko actually has been solid at home. Last year, he went 4-2 with I believe it was about a 3.83 ERA and held hitters to 217 batting average was what Plutko held hitters to when pitching at home. So I think he can give us a solid effort here. And as for Lester, he's facing an Indians team that has struggled to score runs this season. Now, they did score a little better in their last 2 games, but let's not forget that was preceded by a stretch where the Indians were held to 2 runs or less in 8 of 10 games. And, a lot of times when a lineup is struggling a bit, I like to fade them with a savvy veteran. And certainly that's the case with Lester here. He's seen his better years. I realize that he's past his prime, but he can still keep hitters off balance with his breaking stuff. And I think he'll do enough here against a Cleveland lineup that hasn't really found solid footing yet this season. Again, they've had a couple of big games lately, but again, when you look at a stretch like that, 8 of 10 games, 2 runs or less is all you're scoring. You could struggle some at the plate. And I'm looking for this one to stay under the total Tuesday night in Cleveland.
Right. I think we're going to agree on this one finally.
That's
Because
good. Glad to hear it.
the Indians have been one of the hottest under teams in all of baseball with 13 unders entering Monday night. So, and that's a testament to their pitching for the most part. Their starting pitching and their bullpen has been lights out for the most part. And as you mentioned, their lineup just hasn't been able to manufacture runs very well against the White Sox. It took a sacrifice squeeze bunt to win, which we don't see much in baseball these days. It's all about power, but they're using small ball to score runs. I think I like the under in this one as well, just because John Lester, you mentioned it, he's not going to be blowing doors off anybody, but he's a crafty veteran. He doesn't make many mistakes, and he doesn't give out many free passes. He only walked 1 in each of his starts this season. So I think I like under in this one as well because the long layoff too. You mentioned it.
Yes.
I think the hitters are the ones with the disadvantage here because the timing, yeah, they're seeing some live pitching from their pitchers when they're practicing, but I think the pitchers have the edge in this one.
Yes, I agree. And you're right about Cleveland with the small ball because that game the other night on Sunday night really looked like a dead under, but then it found its way to extra innings and they did just enough in extra innings to, I believe that sent that game over the total. Otherwise, it looked like it was going to be another under ticket involving the Indians.
Right, that would have been a terrible beat. I feel for whoever had that,
Yes,
especially
it
since it was
happened.
pouring rain too. So that's definitely a factor. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for Cubs Indians on Picks and Parlays. Thanks, Scott, for joining us.